Welcome back to The Tonight Show. I want to talk about your tour. Thanks for coming back on. Thanks for chatting with me.
Hello.
Since the last time you were here, it's been a couple of years. I had a crazy couple of years. You became a four-time Grammy-nominated artist. Yeah, that's big time.
Very nuts, yeah.
You opened for Taylor Swift at the Eras Tour.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
No.
And last year at the Grammys, you became the first artist ever to be nominated for both Songwriter of the Year and Best New Artist in the same year. Come on.
Very nuts.
That's a big deal.
No, it's a big, huge deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah, speaking of a huge deal, you're on the cover of British Vogue.
Yeah.
Ray, talk to me. Talk to me. How are you feeling with everything?
Say something. Yeah, I'm really happy. Thanks for having me.
No, please.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan, but I just love watching all this stuff happening.
Thank you.
You're on the cover of Vogue?
Yeah, that's insane.
No, it's all
I don't know how, yeah.
It's all well-deserved.
Thank you.
I have a picture of you sitting with Anna Wintour at a fashion show.
She's the queen of bobs, yes. The queen of the bob.
Yes, she's the queen of everything.
Yes.
Is it intimidating sitting next to Anna Wintour?
I was extremely nervous because I'm not the most chic, like fashion-forward, you know, the fashion world, people are just very sophisticated. And so I was a bit scared, but actually I was so pleasantly surprised because she's actually so lovely. And I asked her what kind of music she was listening to at the moment. And she told me she's listening to Bad Bunny. And I was like, oh, I love that, Anna. Yeah, so she's like got her ear to the ground. She's really nice.
Earlier this year, you got to write a few songs with Mark Ronson, who's our pal, one of the best producers out there and talented musicians as well.
He is.
Oh, he's the best. Did he share any stories with you about Amy Winehouse?
No, do you know what he did? When I was in his studio in New York, it was so funny. Not funny, but I mean, it was, I don't know what it was. I was on rhymebrain.com, which is how I look for rhymes. And he was like,
Brain.
yeah, and he was like, oh, check this out. And just got out of the drawer like a glass thing, and in it had a piece of paper of Amy Winehouse's writing from Back to Black. And I was like, shook to my core, but also on that paper was like her writing her rhymes, and she was like, I can't remember what the words were, but like, you know, and san, can, ran, and she just wrote them all down like that, and I was like, oh my God, that's so
That's
amazing.
how she writes?
Yeah, I just stood, we paused the session for about 45 minutes just so that I could just stare at it.
You were like, I need a moment.
Yeah, I was like, please,
I
pause.
need a moment.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It was.
And did you record in the same studio?
We did. Actually, she had a room in the back that apparently she did all her writing in, which I actually was just like scared to go in there just because it's just like holy ground, do you know what I mean? So I just looked at it and I was like, Mark's like, go in there. And I'm like, no, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, yeah.
No, but it's just surreal to even know that she was in that building. I'm such a huge fan of her art, and I miss her dearly, and just everything that she did for music and how she's inspired me in my career as well. So
absolutely.
Amy Winehouse, rest in peace. Yeah.
Your songs are everywhere. They've been streamed billions of times. But do you remember the very first song you ever wrote?
I do. Do you know what? This is a funny story, right? Because basically what I did was, at the time, I thought what I was doing was so naughty. Because basically I stole a song from a TV show. I was about 8 years old, right?
Okay,
So imagine I'm watching a kid's TV show, and I took a song that was a full-on jazz standard, and I put completely new lyrics to it. I called it Nothing Is As White As Snow. It's pretty awful. I mean, the music's amazing, but the lyrics are pretty awful. And I was like, hey, Dad, I've written a song, an original song. Do you know what I mean? And he thought I was this genius child, and I actually stole the song from the TV show and took all the credit for it.
And he's like, my daughter's a genius.
No, and he was telling everyone. I remember the song, it was like, snowflakes flutter to the ground, not a single moment to be found. And the place is covered in a blanket of white, something, but nothing like, oh, nothing, maybe something, but nothing. Yes, nothing is as white as snow. That was it. It was like really cheesy. Thank you. I love that.
It's not bad, but that is stolen material.
Stolen material. But then, this is what I found out, right? This is what songwriters do. Sampling is actually a songwriting art. So actually, I was kind of right, you know, I was kind of on the right lines from that age. Yeah.
You were sampling
I was sampling at the age
that children's TV show at the age of 8.
Yeah.
Wow, you are a genius. You're going to be performing for us later in the show. You'll be singing the huge song, Where's My Husband?
Where is he? Joking.
Have you figured out the answer to that question yet?
Oh no, do you know what's funny? I really thought this song would speed along the process rapidly, but in fact, no, it hasn't helped at all.
Oh my gosh, I was just asking, I didn't want to...
Do you know what? I think it has helped a lot of other people's marriages, which I'm really happy about for them.
But not yours?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll wait till the right moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything happens, everything in its right place.
It does. Also, I've got a lot of self-love for me. It's the chapter of self-love, you know?
Good.
Yeah.
Starts there.
It does.
Oh, I don't think you'll have a problem. Next year, you're gonna have another big year. You have a new album coming out.
Yes.
That we don't have a title. We do have a title.
No,
we don't.
have a title yet.
I feel like you do have a title, but you don't want to say what it is.
We kind of don't have a title yet.
This tour may contain new music is the name of the tour. The album, we don't know yet, but...
Do you know what I'm hoping? I'm thinking, like, definitely the first half of next year.
Okay.
Like, just even the timeline-wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
First half, or then we will know.
Yeah.
Okay. Deal. This tour is called This Tour May Contain New Music. It's hilarious. But also, look at all these details on the poster here.
Aww.
It also may contain dramatic endings.
Love and passion.
At least one jazz cover.
Live string.
I mean, it's fantastic. You're playing 2 sold-out shows next door at Radio City Music Hall on April 15th and 16th. Congratulations.
Thank you. Literally dream venue. Dream venue.
It's a gorgeous spot.
There's something so special about Radio City, I think.
Did I read something once that you said that eventually in the future you'd like to open a little jazz bar?
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like my long-term plan, right? So I want to do like the pop thing or whatever I'm doing now for like the next 10 years, maybe 15.
Yeah.
And then I want to open a little jazz club in like South London, or just south of the river. I'll call it like Ray's or something. Do you know what I mean? Get good cocktails. Yeah, I would love
Good
that.
cocktails?
Yeah, cocktails, just 200 capacity, like a little thing, and just have like true musicians just pull up, jam nights. We'll have a license so we can be open till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Good luck on that. That's 15 years from now, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on the show tonight, and thank you for performing for us. We're going to see Ray later on the show. Ray, everybody. This tour may contain new music. Begins this January. For tickets, go to rayofficial.com. Ray's performing for us after the break. Stick around. Come on back.